Because of the dense underbrush in southeast Alaska, cross-country hiking is difficult unless you have an established trail. Hello, I'm Scott Foster, and welcome to Rain Country. These trails are our freeways through the Devil's Club and the alder thickets, and they bring us up for closer views that many visitors and some residents only see from a distance. Valley glaciers, alpine meadows, high mountain ridges, and summits. Now, every southeast town has their own established system of trails and devoted hikers. In Juneau, for example, every Wednesday and Saturday for years, there have been established public hikes, been brought about through the cooperation of Parks and Rec and a hardcore group of volunteers. And come rain or come shine, these hikers put on their packs and get around southeast on their own 2 feet. What's the Mount Roberts Trail like in comparison to all the other trails in Juneau? Can you just sort of put it into some sort of perspective?
Well, I think it's one of the better trails as far as a trail. And it's also, you have a beautiful view, and it's not hard to get to, and it's, if you like to hike up, it's an easy up, and the trail is pretty good on your feet. I mean, it's pretty well worn, so it's safe, and it's nice. I like the view once, you know, you get to the top if it isn't raining.
And even on a day like this, you're still smiling?
Oh, yeah, it's fun.
These hikes go on as scheduled, rain or shine, and they attract a steady group of participants.
I know that there's a lot of people who hike other than our group. There's a Saturday hike that's for children and adults with Parks and Rec, and this group is only adults. But we have probably a dozen steady, regular people that come on our hike.
This month I was keeping track and how many miles we cover, and we've done over 100 miles this month so far, and probably a total elevation gain of somewhere between 15 and 20,000 in just our Saturday and Wednesday hikes.
The hikes lead in many directions, and for those wanting directions, there are several Juneau hiking guides, including one on mining trails, one on 90 short walks, and a Forest Service recreation guide.
Oh, there's a tremendous variety of trails, and usually we very seldom will cover the same trail twice in a summer's hiking, and this opening up of the new Point Bridget State Park has yielded us another area to explore. And we often see a number of birds on these hikes. A couple weeks ago on the way up to Troy Mountain, we ran across a small pygmy owl. Everyone got real good looks at that. And last week, we were up in Granite Creek Basin, and there was a flock of about 24 ptarmigan that had already turned white. And then up on Troy Mountain, we got right in the middle of a raptor migration, and there were falcons and sharp-shinned hawks and eagles, and just by the dozens up there, and it was pretty exciting.
These regular Wednesday and Saturday Juneau hikes that change to cross-country ski trips in the winter attract all kinds of participants.
I think people who like the outdoors, like the companionship. I know that's why I do. I like outdoors and I like companionship, you know, and getting together with people with similar interests. And for the interesting people we meet, like the two from Canada.
Because we'd like to hike, and it's a good way to see the landscape and to know the animals and the trees and the plants.
This is one you really should know, is the blueberry.
It's blueberry?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's about 7 different species of blueberry
I don't
in southeast Alaska, but that's one of the taller ones.
And this one?
That every Alaskan has to know. It's a Devil's Club.
Some trails are level, some seem to go straight up, and most are in between. But these organized hikes make provisions for hikers of all abilities.
But it is nice to be in somewhat shape and start in the spring when the hikes are easier, like we go out to the Boy Scout camp. or out in that area. We don't go to the camp, but out in that area. And take the easy hikes and build up to them. And we have all sorts of people hiking with us of different, and we just break into little groups as faster as you can want to go. There's one group, and there's a medium run, and then there's the slow ones, and there's always a leader with them.
I'm one of the volunteer leaders. Each month we have 2 volunteer leaders, and basically all we do is try to make sure no one gets lost, and we pick up anybody who needs a ride at Co Park, and we handle the sign-up sheets and carry the first aid equipment.
Hiking clothing is a matter of personal preference, but the general Southeast rules apply. Wear layers and bring rain gear.
I have a T-shirt, a cotton shirt, and a raincoat. And then, of course, Mount Roberts is up, so I got awfully warm right away and had to take my rain gear off. Foot gear, well, 99% of the time it's rubber boots and wool socks. On nice sunny days, you can, of course, wear leather boots, which are much more comfortable, but it's mostly rubber boots.
Like anyone going out of doors in Southeast, certain modest precautions should be taken.
You have to be aware of the bears. Don't hike alone. I ran into one woman who said, well, maintained trails don't have bothers with bears, and I just looked at her and I said, any trail in Juneau has a bear problem. And to carry a pack, carry water, because a lot of the trails do not have good palatable water. Let somebody know where you're going when you'll be back.
There's always a place for good deeds done along the trail, like picking up litter or cleaning up the trail.
Well, we're just trying to remove any obvious hazards. That would really throw you for a loop if you hook your foot on it.
When we started out today, there were a dozen or so people at the head of the trail. You know, it's cloudy and it's been getting worse all morning, and the wind's blowing and the rain's blowing. Why do you come out on a day like this?
Well, I come out just for exercise, and also I like the people I hike with. It kind of, it's a group that we get to know each other and we enjoy each other's company, and I just like that. I like to get out and visit with the people and exercise.
It gives us a different outlook. It makes us more energetic to get that, maybe to get through the next week in town.
One thing that I like about it is that we go irregardless of the weather. And so like a day like today, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't go. It's always not as bad as it looks when you're sitting in the house.
I think that this is a resource that just hasn't been tapped at all here. We think if the tour agencies and the travel agencies and the Forest Service and state parks and, you know, would do everything they could, we could make this into a real resource for Juneau.